Hello, I'm going to be doing a random reading. I really don't know what it is as of yet, but I do know that I want to do a reading for you. So let's go ahead and clear the air. Ooh, it's a little stagnant. So we do have 3 piles. If you want to go ahead and pick your pile, you can go ahead and go down. It's a mystery reading. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with pile number 1 and then work our way through. I'm not going to do any editing, so you're going to see everything. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, pile number 1. So we have a random reading for you. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I know that you're meant to hear this right now wherever you are. Keep in mind that this reading is timeless, okay? So what is this reading about, Spirit? There we go. So we have the Knight of Wands. Something is telling me that you've been thinking about a certain situation and how to get out of it, how to start anew. We do see the Fool that's here. Sorry about that. So we do have Justice and equal opportunity that's coming in, something that's being fair, and I do see here it's fairness to you. I also do see here that there's a certain aspect of this situation that you have in mind that is going to bring that temperance vibe, right? What I mean by this is that I see here where essentially you are going to find that balance, that yin and yang, the masculine and feminine energy is what I'm getting. So is this about your finances? I see a lot of pentacles coming out. Yes, a lot of pentacles. So both of these came out. I want to go ahead and just put down the tarot. I do see here with the 10 of Pentacles, it's essentially where, oh, I'm sorry, 8 of Pentacles. I don't know how to, oh yeah, it is 5 of Pentacles, duh. I do see here where essentially the hard work is being put in, is being put out, right? Hard work that's going in is being placed back into an investment. So whatever you give out, that's what you receive, is what I'm getting. And we are still in Mercury retrograde, okay? But it's a lot of kind of factors where you want to partake in, where you don't want to necessarily fear Mercury retrograde. It actually helps you on what to align with, you know, for your situation and what to take action on. I do want to do some videos on that, so keep in mind I will be doing that, just pretty much breaking down any retrograde that there are. There's 4 Mercury retrogrades. Anyway, moving on, we have the 3 of Wands here. So 3 of Wands here is the, of course, taking action, right? This is fire energy. This is where you are thriving from. You are taking action towards the destination. You've made a choice and now you're heading towards that. Now you're just waiting for your ships to come in, is what I'm getting. You're out there in the horizon. You've put out the work. You've put in the work, and now you're just waiting. Not necessarily setting your intentions on it, but you just pretty much, what I'm envisioning right now, I'm getting an intuitive hit, is where you just grabbed a feather and you just like blew it into the wind and then just hoped for the best, right? It's pretty much set it and then you just move on, is what I'm getting. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers out here for you. I do like this. I did not notice the 5 of Cups, even though I did put it out here for you, pile 1. But I do see here essentially where you have partaken the duty, brought it upon yourself to no longer stay fixated on what was lost, right? This is why you came with that prince, or the prince, oh my goodness, why you came in with that Knight of Wands. That's what I was trying to carry. If we did touch bases out here on the Hangman, this is why I was going so fast. I'm surprised I didn't get the Chariot out here. But I do see here pile number 1 where you are setting off into a new journey. It could be a new journey into your career, and it's going to fall into your favor. What you have to keep in mind is what I'm getting from just looking at this so far is how you are to balance everything out. Whatever you put in, that's what you receive. Whatever you put out, that's what you will be given. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It sounded great in my head. But let's go ahead and get some clarifiers out here. So we have the Knight of Swords. So this could be a mindset that comes in. It could be coming in and going, coming, going, coming, going. But it's a certain calling that's been going on for you for a while is what I'm feeling. Kind of like that urgency. And now it's, yeah, I see here the world, the rebirth. Go ahead and get another clarifier with the Two of Swords. So you were kind of going back and forth, like, should I, shouldn't I, like, what am I? But finally it's just like, well, you know what, I'm just like, why not? What do I have to lose, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and risk it, and lo and behold, this is happening for you. Once we get out of our comfort zones, when we are not, in our ego anymore, that's when everything starts happening for us. So we have the clarifiers out here. We have 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. What I'm getting here is where there's going to be an enormous, like ultra, like harmonious, like happiness. I feel like you're almost going to be at peace, right? With this 4 of Pentacles, it's kind of like, hey, it's not saying necessarily you're wanting to hold everything back. Sorry, it's not necessarily that you're wanting to hold anything back. Obviously, whatever's meant for you will be in your life, and it will always stay in your life, correct? However, here what I'm getting intuitively with the 4 of Pentacles, it's save is what I'm getting. Whatever investments that are coming in, you want to save that, or save a certain skill or a certain attribute. You want to save that going forward. Of course, the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups, this is just like a new beginning for you. It's going to be a different feeling that you're going to be experiencing. I don't see any partnership. I don't see like any, sorry, I'm drinking water. I don't see any partnerships or like romantic kind of like reading. So if you're looking for that, you might want to pick another pile or another reading that I have. I have plenty of those, but this is really going to help you out. So I'm really glad for you, pile number 1. Let's go ahead and see when this is going to happen. Why? Because, I'm nosy. Because I'm nosy, right? So, something already came out, y'all. Something already came out. So this is what I got. Concealment. Whatever is going on, I am getting that you want to work in silence. Like, don't tell anybody what you're doing or planning or anything. You don't want any extra energies aside from your own and your intentions coming in at this time. We also have here foundation. Okay, you are setting the pace is what I'm getting. And this is kind of like where you're touching back into your roots. You could be going home to partake into this type of investments, or it's just like following your roots, or it could be, somewhere along the lines, your ancestors, your relatives, they somehow made these type of investments, and now you're just like, okay, well, I want to do that too. Let's go ahead. And yeah, this is fertility. This is giving me High Priestess. I'm also seeing here where you essentially are full of ideas. You are embodying that yin and yang. You are in alignment to what you're meant to be. I do get the feeling here that you are here for what your purpose is. You are looking for your purpose. This is why you were kind of in contemplation here with the Hanged Man, is what I'm getting. When is this gonna happen? When is this? You're just giving me destinations and invoke shit. Okay, it could be happening like all of a sudden. It's gonna be very quick. It's when you least expect it is what I'm getting. Let me see when. Oh, they just want me to put this down. Yeah, dedication, altar. I do believe some of y'all are setting aside like a space. Oh, look at this. Remember, this is by spring, right? So before summer and like in the transition of winter is what I'm getting. So this is when you're gonna start seeing changes happening. Let's get some more clarifiers out here. When is all this going to happen for them, Spirit? Protect yourself. Protect yourself is what I'm getting. I do see here that you want to essentially what I'm getting here is also using candle magic, this, and I'm getting where it's kind of where you're not supposed to really know. I mean, this spring card came out, but it could be also spring back into action. And you know what I'm smelling right now? I don't know why. I don't have anything in my room, like my fresheners, like my wall plug-in things, like they run out, and I'm just smelling like freshness, just like, so I'm getting also like winter air, but it's just like springy, you know, like when you wake up and it's just like, wow. Like, I'm just gonna get one more, but it could be candle magic. I do have the in it, like I do get the feeling that your ancestors or your spirit guides, whomever you like align with, they want you to essentially, you know, talk to them some more, right? So definitely not, or definitely in autumn. It could be we are entering autumn. I'm also getting where, you know, it's like falling into action, right? Or springing into action is what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, look at this, rebirth. That's a double confirmation from the world, right? I do see here that it'll be within the next few months is what I'm getting, right? Between fall, autumn, of course, and springtime, close to summer is what I'm getting. But you want to keep going. You don't want to wait for either of those time stamps is what I'm getting. This is why Spirit didn't want me to say it. Oops. But I'm gonna say it anyway. You know why? Because I like to give you information. I would like this information, right? When I'm watching tarot videos, I want to know, you know? So yeah, this is pretty much your random reading. So it's, yeah, I hope this helped. And I'll see you in the next reading, okay? I'm gonna go to pile number 2. I think you're like spirit. Your spirit guys are like, don't tell him. Oh man, I'm so dead. Okay, pile number 2. This random reading is meant for you. Pile number 1 was really wild. I didn't even know what we were going into, but I mean, it worked. So let's see what we have for you. I like doing these readings just because I feel like I'm called to do these, and I just like want to keep on going. Sometimes, I don't know if you're a reader, but I have the urgency of just getting information out there. Like, I feel like have just a lot of information stuck, and I feel like I just want to do, like, I just want to keep going. So yeah, I was called to do this. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, we have the 10 of Wands, closing out a cycle. Closing out a cycle is coming in hot. I also do see here, ooh, where you have the 7 of Swords, or 8 of Swords, sorry. And then, of course, at the back of the deck, let's see. At the back of the deck, we have 7 of Swords. So a lot of swords, a lot of thinking, a lot of mentality. I do see here 4 of Wands, 9 of Cups, and Knight of Swords. So give me a moment just to get in tune with your cards. I do see here pile number 2. It's giving me the feeling, the cards where you were fighting against a choice. It was kind of taking action versus reaction, right? There was no proactive kind of determination going on. I also get the feeling here that it is something that you invested in. Now this could be a relationship, a partnership. I'm not getting entirely like romance, but it doesn't have to be, or it could be, whatever it may pertain to you. But with the 9 of Cups here, it's where you are being bountiful, where you have that abundance within yourself, you know, by trusting your gut and having that harmony and happiness. As you could tell, these cards are all individual cards. And pile number 2, I also do get the feeling here that sometimes you do have reactions that don't set the best intentions for yourself or whomever they're intended for, is what I'm getting. It's kind of, they're not your intentions. It's not your intention to react a certain way. It's just how you are by default, is what I'm getting. But I also do see here that you are no longer going that route. It's kind of like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? And it could have been where you came into the realization where, hey, you know, my words do hurt, and I'm telling somebody this stuff, and what if they actually told me something back the same way, right? Now, keep in mind, pile number 2, some other individuals around you may not have the strength that you do, may not have the endurance or stability that you do, is what I'm getting here. So that's why it's kind of like, if it's dished back out, then you'll go, you know, you'll do the same thing. So it doesn't really phase you, is what I'm getting. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. That's intense. That's different. So let's get some clarifiers out here. Yeah, Hermit. You did have some time to yourself, and you did think about it. You're putting your energy towards the direction that you want to go now, that you're heading towards. And it's here that you want to be more generous, right? Whatever you put out, that's what you are receiving. And you know what? I did get something like that along the lines with pile number 1 as well. That energy still could be coming in. We also have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is very passionate, so you could be a fire sign, is what I'm getting. And let's get one more, please. Oh, we got 2. Yep, a rebirth. So there's a cycle that is closing out. I also do see here the Emperor. You may be a little bit more action oriented, more kind of like using your common sense. So you could be an earth sign, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I also do see here where you're closing out a cycle, not only on taking actions, because it's kind of like reacting, right? It's doing that physical sense, or you could be like just walking away from certain issues that you don't want to face or that you think are redundant, but it could matter to somebody else, is what I'm getting. I also do see here where you are closing out an additional cycle where it's that common sense of physicality, or something tangible. It's kind of looking back into your investments, hey, if like this is going on with me, this is going to be their reaction as well. So it's not just yours, right? It goes every which way. Yep. So let's go ahead and see when this situation is going to essentially close out, because I want to see when there's like a certain time frame whenever like the rebirth comes out for you, or the world, in this case the rebirth. You do have some pretty big, like some pretty heavy hitters here in the major arcana, right? The Emperor, and then we have the World. So it's kind of like they're looking at each other. If you look at this here, it's kind of like, man, I really want something new, and the World is like, well, come and get it. You know what you have to do. Change those aspects. Nobody else can change you except for yourself. Okay, you can't change anybody except yourself. So let's go ahead and get some timestamps on when this is gonna happen. What wanted to pop out? Healer, you got to do some more healing, is what I'm getting. Healing. Oh, see, incubation. For some of you, I get the feeling that you're still in like hermit mode, right? You're finding your light. You're finding those attributes to yourself that you want to change and that you want to leave behind, is what I'm getting. Invocation, and of course concealment. I do get the feeling here that you don't tell anybody what's going on within, because it's kind of like this is something you have to do within yourself. I feel like this is kind of like part of your ascension process in order for you to get to your journey where you have to be at. And I love this for you. This is going to bring you fulfillment, is what I'm getting, and also initiation. So this essentially will spark the match to your life's journey, right? Wow, this is good. I like it. So it's kind of like get some more healing going, right? Really adapt to yourself, going into the transitions and transformations of being somebody new, remember, right? So scientifically, like every 7 years, our entire cells, they regenerate, right? So we're essentially a new person every year. Yep. Every year. But yeah, so this has been your reading. I hope you liked it. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome or welcome back. I just saw 222. So that could be a sign. This is going to be a random reading. The first 2 piles, it was really beautiful. They were very different from one another. I wasn't really expecting any of this. So I don't know if you read. I can't really tap into you right now. It'll take me a while. But essentially, when I have the urgency to give out messages, like I feel like a knot in my throat, like I have a lot of information to give out, and I just do random readings. When I'm called to do readings like this, I just go for it. Sometimes I don't even know what the title is. Sometimes I don't even know what the subject is encompassing the pick a card readings. I just keep going. So let's go ahead and see what your mystery reading is. I want to know what this is. The Queen of Pentacles wanted to come out. Ooh. There we go. So we're going to get a timestamp out here. Like I said in the first two piles, like whenever the world comes out, I'm going to get a timestamp. So this is going to be, I'm going to be asking like when. Oh, I'm also getting like an R. It's like your name, or you have an R in your name, like first, last, middle, or initial. I don't know if this is for you. Just to confirm. Claim this reading. Claim this reading. This is just random. So behind the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. So let me go ahead and see like how I can get like situated with your cards. And then we'll go from there. Let me get some water. I do see here essentially where there's gonna, sorry. I was breathing so heavily. Where there's going to be some type of death and rebirth going on. I don't see obviously the death card here, but I do see here the world, and this is going to give me a timestamp, so we're going to get that like after we get your clarifiers. But I do see here where you are holding dearly onto something, onto an investment, or you're holding onto a situation, onto something physical, onto something tangible, onto an emotion, a mentality, or a person, an emotion, a feeling, whatever it may be. Okay, just the list goes on, but you're holding back because you don't want to let it go. I get the feeling here that Spirit wants you to let it go because they want you to find your passion again, to the point where you are starting to come into an equilibrium to yourself, right? You're going into a new phase of your life. You could be starting something different. I'm starting to develop here a story about you. They're coming in, like I get like just pictures and visions in my head. Like I get intuitive hits. And it's kind of like where you are leaving something behind, or you are leaving them behind is what I'm getting. I don't know how that would be fair. It's an old part of you is not supposed to go with you anymore to your new journey or to a new cycle chapter in your life. If you take that, that'll be very burdensome for you because you will fall back into certain pleasures, some certain like aspects that are not meant for you. I mean, they'll be great in the moment, but they will have major consequences if you do choose that route. It'll be kind of like giving yourself like a relief of closing out a cycle, but going back to the same intention and reliving that cycle and lesson again. It's kind of like going over and over, it's like insanity almost. I also do see here with the Seven of Cups is like you will know what that right choice is. You will know what choice to make. You have these options right in front of you, and you will know essentially what to pick out because you're looking at yourself and you're, dissecting yourself, and you're like, man, like what is outdated? What of me is outdated that I can't take for me anymore? That might be holding you back, right? So it could be in like your career and finances, your personal life. It could be just, within your own world, within your own universe too, like it could be a certain outdated mindset, a certain that's what I'm getting here. And I do see that you want to nurture yourself. You want to nurture on that idea, right? You want to set your feelings. You want to set forth on making going the right direction. Let's get some clarifiers out here. Yeah, Two of Cups. So it could be with a partnership, or it could be like emotions. Duality is what I'm getting. I'm also getting like Gemini. I don't know, but this Two of Cups also gives me like yin and yang, right? And the Temperance here is too. It's kind of like you're setting a balance to yourself. The Strength, Leo. This is giving me Leo energy, obviously. The lion. With that, I do see here small and tangible coming in. So it could be when you're at your strongest, or you're like working on that encouragement for yourself. You don't need anybody except yourself, right? I mean, it's great to have friends, but sometimes you really don't align with them. A lot of the times you have to work on your own. Doesn't mean you have to be by yourself, but a lot of the work has to do with yourself, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. So yeah, it's when you're taking that rest time, right? It doesn't have to be when you're meditating, but you could be listening to podcasts, you could be listening to tarot readings, and you kind of like gravitate towards certain words or phrases, and it's like a match being lit, right? It's like a little spark, and you're like, wait, I know how to do this. This is immense, because you're going from the Four of Pentacles here, holding back, to the Four of Wands, right? So I'm getting heavy, where this is going to be an ultra mega, like, part of your happiness, part of your abundance that's going to be heading towards, that emotional fulfillment, that the wish fulfillment that you may have, right? It's kind of like the end all be all for you. I also do see here, I don't know what this one is. I forgot what she was. I don't know who this is. But I do feel like this is you looking back into your past, like, man, I could have done this like a lot more quicker. It's kind of like that phase is coming in. What's the phrase? Sorry. It's the phrase of, I wish I knew now. I wish I knew back then what I know now. But you know what? You're here now. So why dwell on the past, right? It could have been something that could have brought you tangibility, something stable for you in the past, maybe a few years ago, months, whatever it may be. But you know what? Now you're here. So why stop now? Yeah. So this is kind of, it's putting you in a sense of lack, but I do get the feeling here that you want to go within and tell yourself, like, I have the strength to keep going. It's not just because I'm not where I want to be right now doesn't mean I still don't have that opportunity to do that. And it's when you least expect it is what I'm getting. Because we did get the World out here, I am going to get a timestamp. So when is this going to happen for my pile number 3? Can we get a timestamp? Manifestation. Keep going on your manifestations, or that you're already in that kind of embodiment now. You have that passion. This is giving me Leo energy. Stay dedicated is what I'm getting. Maybe have that altar, kind of like put a little bit of more as what I'm getting, like dedication into it. If you may have an altar, or you may like journal or scripting, or however you're doing it, manifesting, you're just like putting out into the world, right? You want to keep that in intention safe and keep it close to you is what I'm getting as well. And your answers will come. Oh, rebirth. That's a confirmation. I also do see here that it can come at any time. It matters to you. It's all on you, like when you're going to set in the intention, right? This is going to be your fulfillment. This is what you're heading towards. And this is essentially, air sign. This is what was keeping you in, like, you know, in your head, essentially. And it's kind of like invoking that law of attraction is what I'm getting. Set that foundation for yourself for a stronger structure that it could have crumbled, you know, a while back, right? And this is why it's kind of like that phrase is coming in, you know, I wish I knew back then what I know now. But this is also giving me a confirmation for responsibility. Take responsibility of what happened, right? Accept it. That's you. Love it, because now you have more information than you did back then. So now what you're going to do with that information, with those skills, with that mindset, you can do 10 times, 100 times better than you did and when you were in, you know, in that previous mindset. So that's something you want to look at. Oh, I love this. This is giving me yin energy. I love this for you. This is giving me this is really enlightening me. Enlightening. I don't know how to speak, but I'm really proud, you know, to hear this. You know, it's almost kind of like, you know, it's like I'm being like a big sister to you and like telling you like, hey, you know, keep your head up. So yeah. All right, pal number 3, this has been your mystery reading. I hope this helped. Yeah, don't forget to check out my TikTok, okay? I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.